Hello friends, welcome to Bio-nocular. Today we will study about the human respiratory system, in which we study in detail about the human respiratory system, its all parts including conducting and exchange part, then breathing, which involves inspiration and expiration, exchange of gases between the atmosphere and the lungs, detailed structure of alveoli. Exchange of gases occur at the alveoli. So let's start. So this is human respiratory system. It has one pair of external nostrils which opens into internal nostrils through nasal cavity and nasal chamber. Nasopharynx is common opening for windpipe and food pipe. Air from external nostrils pass to the internal nostrils from where it enters into the trachea, which is windpipe. Larynx, also called sound box, is present at the anterior portion of trachea. Trachea or windpipe is supported by half ring of cartilage which prevent it from collapsing. These trachea bifurcates at the mid-thoracic cavity into primary bronchi, which further divides into secondary bronchi, tertiary bronchi, initial bronchiole, terminal bronchiole, and finally into the alveoli. So this was the structure of human respiratory system. Now we will see the process of breathing, that how the exchange of gases occur between the atmosphere and the human body. Breathing is exchange of gases between atmosphere and body. It occurs due to pressure difference between atmosphere and human lungs. Air moves from high pressure to low pressure. It is maintained by change in volume of thoracic cavity by diaphragm and muscle of lungs. Inspiration or intake of air into the body. In inspiration, diaphragm contracts and become flat, due to which volume of thoracic cavity increase. So the rib cage moves upward. Due to increase in volume of thoracic cavity, pressure on lungs decreases. So there is an less or negative pressure in lungs and more pressure in the atmosphere. So air moves from outside to inside, from atmosphere to lungs, from high pressure in atmosphere to low pressure in lungs. Second, expiration. In expiration, diaphragm relaxes and again became dome shaped. Due to this, volume of thoracic cavity decreases, which increases the pressure on lungs, and air moves from inside to outside the body, from high pressure inside the lungs to the low pressure outside. So this was the process of breathing involving inspiration and expiration, and how the air moves from atmosphere into the body and body to the atmosphere. Now we will see the structure of alveoli. Terminal bronchioles open into a large number of alveoli. Alveoli are minute sac-like structures. They are present in large amount in kidney, which increases the surface area for exchange of gases. It has alveolar duct, alveolar sac, and the body of alveoli. It is covered by a network of capillaries from pulmonary artery carrying deoxygenated blood and pulmonary vein carrying oxygenated blood. Exchange of gases occurs into the alveoli. Now we will see how the exchange of gases occur into the alveoli and how the deoxygenated blood converted into the oxygenated blood. So here we can see oxygen enter into the alveoli, which from alveoli enters into the pulmonary artery due to change in pressure, and CO2 present in deoxygenated blood comes to alveoli and release outside the body. So now we will see in detail how this exchange of gases occurs at the alveoli. Exchange of gases occur in lungs between alveoli and capillaries. It occurs because of pressure gradient. Gases move from high partial pressure to low partial pressure. Partial pressure is pressure exerted by individual gas in mixture of gases. In alveoli region, partial pressure of O2, that is PO2, is 104 atmospheric pressure, that is 104 atmospheric pressure, and partial pressure of CO2 PCO2 is 40 atmospheric pressure. That means in alveoli, partial pressure of oxygen is much higher than CO2. Pulmonary artery from heart carry deoxygenated blood to lungs, which have partial pressure of oxygen of 40 atmosphere and partial pressure of CO2 of 45 atmosphere. So due to pressure difference of O2 and CO2, O2 comes from alveoli to artery, high pressure to low pressure, and CO2 enters from pulmonary artery to lungs, high partial pressure to low partial pressure. Now the blood is oxygenated, that is O2 binds with hemoglobin in blood and transported to all body parts through heart. And CO2 which exchange into the alveoli released outside of the body. Similar kind of exchange of gases occurs between vessels carrying oxygenated blood and tissue of the body, where oxygen from blood enters into the tissue and CO2 produced in the tissue during respiration enters into the blood, converting blood into deoxygenated blood. This deoxygenated blood again come to the heart where it is again pumped to the lungs and exchange of gases occur. So this way oxygen is transported all over the body and exchange of gases occur at alveoli level and at tissue level. Here we can see the deoxygenated blood converted into oxygenated blood and CO2 from deoxygenated blood releasing out into the atmosphere. So this was all about human respiratory system, where we saw the detailed structure of human respiratory system, the detailed structure of alveoli, the process of breathing and exchange of gases between the lungs and the atmosphere, and the exchange of gases at alveoli level between alveoli and the blood capillaries. Thank you for watching.